Hello and welcome to my channel. I thought today that I would make a cooking video, seeing as how it's Cinco de Mayo. With everything I'm doing, I'm going to kind of do my best to show you a step-by-step process and give you the recipes for the foods that I'm making. So, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is making a lemon limeade. I suppose it could also be called a sweet sour mix, as I'm going to be using it for margaritas, but it's basically a lemon limeade. Now what I'm doing here to start is I'm just gently rolling out the lemons, and that just helps get a little bit more juice out of each lemon. And I'm going to do the same thing with the limes. Now for this recipe, I'm looking to get about a cup of lemon juice, half a cup of lime juice, and then I also have a simple syrup going, and I'm wanting to use about a cup of that. So what a simple syrup is, it's usually equal parts water and sugar, but for this recipe I'm using about a 2-to-1 ratio. So I got about 3/4 of a cup of sugar and then about a cup and a half of water. And then when that's done, all I need to do is mix it all together and then kind of go from there. From there, I thought I'd start by making a margarita. I wouldn't consider myself to be an expert when it comes to cocktails, but the key to a good margarita, in my opinion, is going to be the fresh-made sweet sour mix, or in my case, a lemon limeade. At the very least, you're going to want to use fresh lime juice. For the most part, it shouldn't matter what type of tequila or orange liqueur you use, so whatever you prefer. I'm using equal parts tequila and lemon limeade, in this case about 2 ounces each, and then 1 ounce, or about half as much, orange liqueur. Then all you have to do is add ice to your shaker and glass and shake for about 10 seconds, and then pour. Next, I made flour tortillas for tacos. I just used 3 cups of flour, a cup and a half of warm water, and then 6 tablespoons of shortening and about a teaspoon and a half each of baking powder and salt. Mixed it together in a bowl and kneaded it on a lightly floured surface for about 5 minutes. Then I put it back in the bowl to rest for 20 minutes. So next, the only thing left to do for the tortillas was to portion them out into little golf ball sized pieces. Then I flattened them out with a rolling pin. And then I cooked them in a pan for about a minute on each side. The way that you know that they're done is typically you wait for them to puff up, or they call it blistering, and then you flip them and then wait for them to puff up again on the other side, and then they're done. Really the way that you know is that you cook them until you see little golden brown spots on the other side. Then all I had to do was slice up the meat. I used a store-bought pre-marinated carne asada, which I grilled for about 5 minutes and then cut into thin strips. And then I used a pork tenderloin, which I brushed with canola oil and seasoned with salt, and then grilled for probably about 15-20 minutes. And then to go along with that, I made a Coca-Cola reduction and just kind of drizzled that on top.